The great debate. Fixed blade versus mechanical. Which is better? Well, we'll talk about it. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Keystone State Bowman here. Yep, as you seen earlier, we're going to talk about the great debate. Fixed blade versus mechanical. Some of you guys lose your damn minds over this subject. I contemplated making this video for a while now. Now, here we are. We're going to talk about her. Two different style heads here. One I currently use, one I used in the past. This one here, the Magnus Black Hornet Cerazer, 125 grain model, 1.25 inch cut on the main blade, 7/8 inch of a cut on the bleeders. Over here, Grim Reaper Whitetail Special, 125 grain, 3 blade, 2 inch cut. As you can see, it's a massive cut. Now, first off, unless you're absolutely brand new here, you can tell I swear up and down by Magnus. It's what I've used now in the last couple years religiously. This head here, in my opinion, is damn near hard to beat. Flies like a dart out of my setups. 20 to 50 yards, that's all I shoot. I shoot out to 50 yards max, maybe 60, depending on maybe going to a 3D shoot or something. Here in my part of Pennsylvania, I'm talking all my setups currently anyways, my max shot's 42 yards. So I know some of you guys like shooting out further just for fun, or some people do shoot animals that far. I'm not one of them. All I know is from 20 to 50 yards, this thing will take out the bullseye and the target every single shot with very little tuning required. That being said, my bow is tuned pretty damn good. I'm shooting bullet holes through paper with fletched arrows, bear shafts. It's nock tuned, anything you can imagine. That bow shoots lights out. Going to be doing a review on that new ARC 34 here shortly, short-term review. Telling you guys, get off subject a little here, but you haven't got to go shoot one yet, you should. If just be aware, you might be spending about $1,500 of your hard-earned money. But anyways, I don't understand why people become so unhinged and lose their damn minds over this subject. For one, to me, it's personal preference. You want to shoot this head? Shoot this head. You want to shoot this head? Shoot this head. Well, what's it matter to you? I hate getting on somebody's video and the comments in there making fun of their equipment. For one, why people feel the need to be a prick is beyond me. Like, just because somebody uses something you don't, doesn't require you to make fun of them. I'm more of shot placement is key. I know some of you guys for some reason want to argue that fact. Shot placement is key. I'll say it many times in this video, so be prepared. I practice religiously as much as I can, as much as my work schedule, family time allows me to. If I can be, I'm out on the range because I want to be fully prepared when that moment of truth comes. And you can't control what an animal's going to do. You can't practice for that. What you can control is how you handle the circumstances when it comes to that time. And for me, I don't know. These past couple years, this head's been my go-to. I'm not afraid of the shoulder blade with this head, as some of you might be with that head, and with good cause. We'll talk about that. But these last 5, 6, 7 years shooting this head and a few of the other Magnus heads, mainly the single bevel 125 and the 125 grain Stinger buzz cut, I don't fear any shoulder blades or anything like that with the setup I push. But in my experience, you put this head where it needs to be, heart, lungs, that deer's done in 40, 50 yards. That's my experience with it. And I know one of the things, I'm sure I might get a comment on it, well, the blood trails suck with that head. Let me tell you something. Blood trails suck with any head if you don't put a proper shot on an animal. Whether you shoot this or this. You hit high in that body cavity, and that whole cavity has to fill up before the blood starts leaking out the holes. It's not going to be that good of a blood trail, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I will never base a broadhead's performance off blood trails. There's too many variables. That's just how it is. I hate when guys, so you see someone give a broadhead a bad review on whatever, Cabela's, Bass Pro Shops website, the actual broadhead company's website, because of the blood trail sucked. There's so many factors play into a blood trail. My biggest thing is, did the deer die? Did it die in sight? Because I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to lie, I shot some deer with this head. And the blood trails were kind of spotty, lacking, whatever terminology you prefer. The deer died in sight. I don't give a fuck what the blood trail looked like. I watched the deer die. That's what I care about. I used this head. Again, the Grim Reaper Whitetail Special. Just one I had still laying around here. With great success. But I will say, it was penetration and durability was a problem with this head. There was times where I put the arrow right behind the shoulder and I didn't get a complete pass through. I mean, once again, I know common sense isn't common nowadays. We'll just state that now. I'm aware. I deal with it every day. When you try to put that through an animal's body, it's not going to want to go very easily. That's 3 big, huge blades at not a very good swept back angle. Whereas this thing, I can send this through one and it's stuck 8 inches in the ground on the other side. No problems. That being said, they both work. They'll always both work. It all depends on what you're looking for in a broadhead. Me, I prefer cut on contact nowadays. This style of head, it has to open, enters the hide, these blades flip back. I understand they make rear deploying heads and all that. I understand, trust me, I'm a broadhead fanatic. I got boxes of them. Just happened to be the one I grabbed. You lose a lot of momentum and kinetic energy opening this head. I think Grim Reaper recommends you have 65 foot-pounds of kinetic energy as it is just to operate this head. That being said, they do make smaller cut models to fit a lot of different people. It all depends on what you want. Personal preference, yet again. For me, I prefer the Magnus. 100% American made, sharp as hell right out of the pack. It flies like a dart. If you do anything to this head, they will replace it, besides losing it. Every one of their heads carries a lifetime replacement guarantee. Mike and his team even made that easier this year. You simply get on the Magnus website, fill out a form, take a picture with your phone, post it to the form, and hit submit. And within a week or two, you have a new broadhead. Don't get much easier than that. Short of you losing it, they'll cover anything, no questions asked. So, again, personal preference and common sense. If you're only a 50-pound draw shooting, 50-pound draw weight shooting 27-inch draw, this head ain't gonna cut it. I would definitely recommend you shoot this head, if not something a little bit smaller than even this cut. Maybe this is something from the Stinger lineup. But again, I don't know why this has to be such an argument. Like, I've literally seen people melt down talking about this. If one of their favorite broadheads gets disliked or a bad thing said about them, it's like you shot their dog or something. I don't get that. Between this debate and the whole crossbow thing, I don't understand it. As long as it's legal in your state and you're abiding by the laws, who gives a damn? What's in any of your business? My thing of it is, I kind of tried to talk people into, once again, shot placement. I know, there's them two words again. And what your setup is capable of. Me, I shoot a 29-inch draw and a 73-pound draw weight. With this new K2 Wasatch arrow, I'm right at 492 grains. I don't have a penetration problem. But if you're only a 27, 26-inch draw and only 45 to 50 pounds, my opinion, this head here is out of the question. You need something that's cut on contact. Me, it doesn't really matter as much to me. I don't fear shooting really any kind of a broadhead. But still, I prefer something that's, again, this being a mechanical, you have a chance it's going to fail. It's not going to want to open. That's kind of why I've leaned more towards this anymore. Cut on contact, soon as it hits, it's going to start slicing and dicing. Flies like a field point, razor sharp. Again, that's what I've graduated to in my hunting. If this is what you like, that's great. I've killed multiple deer with this in the past. Only had one ever get away. It was my own fault. Hit too high, hit no man's land. Never found the deer. That was on me. Again, those two words. Shot placement. Practice shot placement. No matter what broadhead you're going to use. That animal deserves to die ethically. It's giving its life to feed you and your family. Let's not make it suffer by putting a poor shot on it. It deserves more than that. So, I'm sure I ruffled some feathers, and that's fine. I do that very well. It doesn't matter. I'm just stating my opinion here. I said I contemplated doing this video for a long time. And again, all personal preference. What are you looking for? You shoot a head like this, in my opinion, you can't really go wrong. As long as you practice with it and your bow's tuned and throws it down range well, it's going to work. This here, same thing. I mean, it's one hell of a cut. It's going to leave one hell of a hole. What you have to worry about, is it going to open, the durability, penetration. With this, not as much. These are just my thoughts, guys. I'm sure I'll get some comments on this video, and that's fine. I'll answer them as respectfully as I can. I appreciate all the comments on my videos. If you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing. Hit that notification bell. Trying to get this channel up and going here this year. I know I'm slacking. I'm not very good with making videos on a regular basis. My work schedule kind of doesn't allow for that very much, but fixed blade or mechanical, which would you prefer? Which do you put in your quiver? Catch you later.